Yeah. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, we will start. Yesterday, we had a discussion about different types of fibers as single mode, multi-mode, and multi-graded mode. Okay. Now, we are going to discuss about different type of losses while communicate the optical light from source to destination point. Whereas we have seen in the previous class as a step index fiber, multi-mode fiber, graded index fiber. Okay, then corresponding step index response we have verified. So the core and cladding will playing an important role in the optical communication. While considering this, there is a different type of total internal reflection, acceptance angle, critical angle. Okay, Snell's law. These all will give the effective communication from source to destination point. Right now, while communicate the radiation of light through the optical cable. Okay, so whenever the optical cable is communicated for that, uh, which is giving different type of losses. So those losses are also different types as attenuation loss. Okay, then absorption loss, scattering loss, dispersion type of losses, and bending type of losses. So basically, these are different type of loss which are involved in optical fiber cable. So the losses in fiber optics will be majorly attenuation, dispersion, and bending loss. So dispersion, which will also be classified into two types as intermodal dispersion and intramodal dispersion. Where bending loss, macroscopic bending or microscopic bending, we have two types of bending losses. Other than that, we have a scattering losses, relay scattering, Mie scattering, waveguide scattering losses. So those are different type of loss will be involved in optical fiber communication system. So first, let us see about attenuation system, attenuation type of loss. So attenuation means loss of light energy as the light pulse travels from one end of the cable to the other end. So it is also called as a signal loss or fiber loss. So it is decides the number of repeaters required, between transmitter and receiver. Okay. So attenuation is directly proportional to the length of the cable itself. So that attenuation will be defined as the ratio of optical output power to the input power in the fiber length. Okay. Students, am I audible? Am I audible or not?
Audible, sir.
Yeah. Here you observe this attenuation is depends on the length of the fiber also. So the total attenuation alpha is equals to log to the base 10 pi by p naught in terms of dB per k, dB per kilometers. Okay. So in decibels, we are going to examine or we are going to analyze this. So pi is input power, p naught is output power, and alpha is attenuation constant. So always we are going to discuss about the attenuation is a loss of light energy as the light pulse travels from one end to the another end. So it is also signal loss or fiber loss, and it will also be decides the number of repeaters required between the transmitters and receiver itself. Okay, so that attenuation will be defined like this, and with this we can continue with the other type of losses in the cable are due to absorption losses, scattering losses, and dispersion losses. And finally, that is bending losses also. Okay, so these are the different type of loss will be considered for any optical communication in optical fiber. Now, attenuation already we have discussed about that attenuation alpha is log to the base 10 pi by p naught in decibels per kilometers we have analyzed. So lasers in fiber optics, which are also two types, attenuation and dispersion. Dispersion is also two types, intermodal dispersion and intramodal dispersion. Bending losses, macroscopic bending and microscopic bending. Okay. So other than this, we have absorption losses are also classified into two types as intrinsic absorption and extrinsic absorption, right? So these scattering losses will also be linear scattering. Okay, so scattering means the light ray will be split into different directions from the straight line. So that is scattering loss. So those scattering is also different types as a linear scattering, relay scattering, Mie scattering, and waveguide scattering. Okay, non-linear scattering is also again different types, stimulated Brillouin scattering, SBS, SRS, stimulated Raman scattering. Okay, then bending losses. So these bending loss, the loss which exists when the optical fiber undergoes the bending is called bending losses, which are already we have mentioned that macroscopic bending and microscopic bending. In macroscopic bending, in which the complete fiber will bends, which causes certain modes are not to be reflected. Here you observe this, certain modes are not to be reflected. Such type of is called as macroscopic bending. Okay, if you can see, as this fiber is bending, so this is a cladding material, and outside it is also cladding material, which is indicated with red color, and the middle part will be core. Whenever this light ray will be reflected back. Okay, and microscopic bending, so it is some sort of bending on the top. So this is called as a microscopic bending. While the incident radiation of light is concentrated on optical cable, which will be internally reflected, that is total internal reflection. So either core or cladding undergoes the slight bends at its surface. Okay, it causes the light to be reflected at some angle when there is no further reflection only. Okay, so that is the information about bending losses only. So basically, the bending losses will be classified into two categories: macroscopic bending or microscopic bending. Okay, now let us see again the absorption type of losses. So the absorption loss energy due to heating of ion impurities results in dimming of light at the end of the fiber. So basically, absorption of light energy due to the heating of ion impurities. Okay, this will be produced due to the two types of absorptions: intrinsic absorption loss and extrinsic absorption loss. In intrinsic absorption loss, which is caused by the interaction with one or more components of the glass, and it is also occurs when the photon interacts with an electron. Here you can observe, when the proton interacts with an electron in the valence band, and which will excites to the higher energy level, which is nearer to the UV region. So that is intrinsic type of absorption. Then extrinsic type of absorption, it is also called as impurity absorption. So from the results, the presence of transition metal ions like iron, chromium, cobalt, copper from hydroxide, OH ions, which is considered from the water itself. So those things are considered as extrinsic absorption. So clearly you can observe this. One of the important layers in the optical communication is absorption loss, that will be classified into two types as intrinsic absorption and extrinsic absorption. Intrinsic absorption will be caused by the interaction with one or more components of the glass. Extrinsic absorption will be, it is a simply impurity based absorption. By this, the presence of transition metals like iron, chromium, cobalt, copper, and OH ions, due to which is considered as a water here. Okay, then another important loss will be dispersion loss, where dispersion means the light will be propagate through the optical cable in terms of pulse, as a square pulse or different type of pulse. The pulse broadening is also called as dispersion. Okay, as an optical signal travels along the fiber, it becomes increasingly distorted as the broadening of the pulse will be changed. Okay, whenever here this distortion is considered, this is to be classified into two types: intermodal dispersion or intramodal dispersion. So for example, you can imagine that the pulse type of output will be generated from the optical cable. These two pulses are produced at a time. These are mating with each other, these are interfere with each other. That interference of this particular pulse is called as intersymbol interference. So that combination of deviated output will be considered as intersymbol interference. By this intersymbol interference, so much of loss in the communication will be absorbed. Therefore, this dispersion simply we can say as uh, the broadening of the pulse itself. Okay, now let us see intermodal dispersion. Okay, here pulse broadening due to intermodal dispersion, which results from the propagation delay. Okay, by that finally, by this intermodal dispersion, the propagation delay differences between the modes within the multimode fiber. And intramodal dispersion, the pulse spreading which will be occurs in a single mode, it arises due to the dependence of the group velocity and the wavelength. You clearly observe that dispersion is the pulse broadening of the fiber optic cable is called as dispersion, where this dispersion will also be classified into two types as intermodal dispersion and intramodal dispersion. In this intramodal dispersion, the group delay will be considered. And intermodal dispersion, the differences in different types of modes, which is to be considered as intramodal dispersion. Okay, again we will verify this. This dispersion losses will be due to the pulse broadening. So those pulse broadening will also caused by the changes of group velocity in intermodal dispersion. In intramodal dispersion, the pulse broadening of the fiber will be considered, which are arises due to the dependence of group velocity on the wavelength itself. So this intramodal dispersion is also classified into two types as material dispersion and wavelength. This means that the intermodal dispersion of pulse broadening, pulse spreading that occurs within the single mode will be depends on by the material change or by the wavelength change. Okay, then now let us see the material dispersion. It is also known as spectral dispersion, which is also called as a chromatic dispersion. That means chromatic means everybody knows that monochromatic means all the directions of lights will be isolated, which is to be converted into a single radiation wavelength of light, that is called as a monochromatic light. So based on these results, because of variation due to the refractive index only, refractive index of the core as a function of wavelength, because of which the pulse will be spreading when the different wavelengths followed on the same wavelength. Then another one will be wave guided dispersion. So this wave guided dispersion or wave, whenever any optical signal is passed through the any optical signal is passed through the optical fiber, practically 80% of optical power is confined to the core, and the rest of the 20% optical power will be in the cladding. Okay. So those things will be considered from the different type of losses in optical fiber communication, optical communication system. So basically, dispersion will be taking in account of the optical communication. This dispersion due to the pulse broadening, the group delay differences will be intramodal dispersion, and intermodal dispersion will be considered from that pulse broadening changes. Now, those intramodal dispersion, which is also depends on the two things as material dispersion and waveguide dispersion. So after that, uh, waveguide dispersion, then we will consider the scattering loss. Okay, so it occurs microscopic variations in the material density, compositional fluctuations, structural homogeneities, and manufacturing defects. By this, scattering losses will be produced. These are also different types. Linear scattering losses. Under linear scattering, we have relay scattering loss, Mie scattering loss, as well as waveguide scattering loss. Okay. Then non-linear scattering loss will have different types, SBS and SRS. SBS, stimulated Brillouin scattering, and stimulated Raman scattering also. Okay, so those will be considered into non-linear and linear scattering. Now let us see linear scattering type. Okay. Right, relay scattering, linear scattering, one of the type will be relay scattering loss. So these losses are due to microscopic variation in the material of the fiber, and unequal distribution of molecular densities or atomic molecular densities or atomic densities leads to relay scattering, because unequal distribution of molecular density or atomic density variations will create the relay scattering loss. And glass is made up of several acids like SiO2, P2O5, phosphorus pentoxide, and compositions. So those composition mixing in the glass material, which will create a fluctuations, can occur because of these several oxides, which are rise to relay scattering only. Okay, here you can observe this. There is two types of scattering losses, as a linear scattering loss and non-linear scattering loss. Under linear scattering loss, we have three types: relay scattering loss, Mie scattering loss, and waveguide scattering loss. Non-linear SBS and SRS, stimulated Brillouin scattering and stimulated Raman scattering. Now, if you see the scattering means which will be fluctuated from the straight line, that is scattered. Okay, so these fluctuations, which may be material density, maybe compositional fluctuations, or maybe structural homogeneities or manufacturing defects. Due to this reason, these losses will be coming. Among these scattering losses, one of the important linear scattering, relay, Mie scattering, and waveguide scattering. Right? In relay scattering, unequal distribution of molecular density or atomic densities leads to relay scattering. Glass is made up of several acids like SiO2, P2O5. Fluctuations can occur because of these several oxides which are involved in this. Okay, if you see this diagram, whenever the light waves are propagated through this, based on this particle itself, that light will be scattered, that is split, reflected from the straight line, which is called as a relay scattering. Then Mie scattering. So this scattering loss, these losses results from the compositional fluctuations and structural inhomogeneous and defects are created during the fiber fabrications, which causes the light to scattered outside the fiber. Okay, then waveguide scattering loss. Students, is it audible? All the slides are visible or not? Srilekha,
Yes, sir.
is it visible?
Visible,
My
sir.
audio is also is
Yes,
it
sir.
audible? Right. Then
Yes,
waveguide
sir.
scattering loss. It is a one type of result which is a variation in core diameter and imperfection of core and cladding interface and the change in refractive index either core and cladding. So due to these three variations, the waveguide scattering losses will be considered. Okay, then coming to the non-linear scattering. So this non-linear scattering also important. Stimulated Brillouin scattering (SBS) may be regarded as the modulation of light through the thermal molecular variations within the fiber. So those fiber output power 4.4 into 10 power minus 3 d square lambda square into alpha in terms of dB. Okay, then lambda operating wavelength d will be fiber core diameter in micrometers and V is source bandwidth. Then stimulated Raman scattering. So those things are also very important. So stimulated Raman scattering is also similar to SBS, except that the high frequency optical photon rather than the acoustic phenomena, which is generated in scattering losses also. Where in SRS scattering, stimulated Raman scattering, that PB is 5.9 into 10 power minus 2 d square lambda alpha in terms of decibels watts. Okay, now we are considering the bending losses. So here we have a different types of bending fibers will be considered: irregularities, scattering, absorption, and bubble. Okay, so those things, angular misalignment, axial misalignment, and end separation and surface finish. So those things are also create the different types of errors. And apart from that, different types of bending losses will also be considered in this optical fiber. So basically, the losses of a fiber will be different types. One of the important factor in its fiber optic losses will be attenuation, right? As well as attenuation, as well as absorption loss, scattering loss, dispersion loss, and bending loss, right? Again, I'm repeating attenuation, which can attenuate the signal, that will be reduce it to minimum level. Okay, and it is defined as the ratio of optical output power to the input power of the optical cable. This output power and input power of the optical cable is also depends on the fiber optic length. If the path length is increased, that communication effectiveness is also going to be decreased. So the path length will playing an important role in the optical communication. While the path length increases here, automatically the attenuation losses will also be increased. The attenuation losses will also be increased. Now, the absorption losses, once the radiation of light will be concentrate on any type of fiber optic cable, due to the manufacturing variations, due to the core or cladding material differences, some sort of light will be absorbed. At that time, that loss will be called as absorption loss. Okay, then scattering. Scattering means which will be split into different directions. The same straight line of light propagation will be split into different directions. Okay, dispersion, which is also one type of pulse broadening. That pulse broadening will be considered from intermodal dispersion or intramodal dispersion. For example, two square waves or two pulse type waves will be passing through the single mode of fiber, whereas these two will be collide with each other, some sort which is to be overlapped. So the overlapped area which is to be considered in the dispersion is called as intersymbol interference. When the intersymbol interference increased, the noise signal will also be increased. So that is the importance of dispersion. This dispersion is also depends on the material dispersion, okay, and waveguide dispersion. Then next one is bending loss. So the optical cable will have some bending. Due to this bending, which is to be considered as different type of bending loss, that bending micro or macro bending losses. Okay, now let us see attenuation. Already we have seen that alpha is equals to log to the base 10 P naught by Pi. In terms of decibels, we have evaluated that. Dispersion based on the material or based on different types of media differences, we will consider as intermodal dispersion or intramodal dispersion. And bending losses, micro or macro bending losses. Okay, and scattering losses are also linear and non-linear scattering. This linear, we have relay scattering, mass scattering loss, and waveguide scattering. And non-linear SBS and SRS, stimulated Brillouin scattering and stimulated Raman scattering also. Okay, now bending losses, the loss which is exist when an optical fiber undergoes bending is called as a bending loss. That is macro or micro bending loss. So by the figure you can observe this at the top of this fiber core material, some bending will be like this, that is micro. Okay, and while considering the fiber, the core will be bended here. This is called as macro bending. Okay, there is no bending in core in microscopic type of bending loss. Okay, so here in the bottom some bending will be there, in the top some bending will be there in core and cladding. So either the core or cladding undergoes the slide which bends it at its surface. So it causes the light to be reflected at an angles. So when there is no further reflection. Okay, that absorption loss are also classified into two types as intrinsic absorption and extrinsic absorption. Light absorption, light absorption of light energy due to the heating of ion impurities. Here in absorption loss, light impurities will create a main problem, okay, which caused by the interaction with one or more components of the glass. So these will be produce the different type of loss in intrinsic absorption. That photon energy interacts with the electron with valence band, while it will returns to that which will be exit to the higher energy level in UV region. So those things are also considered in the intrinsic absorption. Then extrinsic absorption, it is also called as impurity absorption. At the outset, the result from the presence of transition metals ions like iron, chromium, cobalt, copper, and OH ions like from the water. So those things are also those things are also considered in the result of extrinsic absorption only. Okay. Then one of the important factor in this losses of optical fiber is the dispersion, whereas the pulse broadening can be analyzed with intermodal dispersion and intramodal dispersion. So only the thing is, an optical signal is travel along the fiber, it becomes increasingly distorted. That means pulse will be broadening. So those pulse broadening techniques will be depends on intermodal or intramodal dispersion. So intermodal dispersion, whenever you consider the intermodal dispersion within a multimode fiber which will be produced, that pulse broadening due to the intermodal dispersion results and propagation delay differences will be observed. And intramodal, where the pulse broadening is due to the dependence of a group velocity on the wavelength, which is also classified into two types as material dispersion and waveguide dispersion. So this is also known as spectral dispersion. Material dispersion is also called as spectral dispersion or chromatic dispersion. So while considering this material dispersion, the variation due to refractive index of the core as a function of wavelength, because of which pulse spreading will be in different way, and the different wavelength will follow with the same path. Then waveguide dispersion, the waveguide whenever any optical signal is passed through the fiber, particularly 80% are optical power are confined core and the rest of 20% optical power into the cladding. These waveguide dispersions will be considered. Right, scattering loss. So it is also occurs due to the microscopic variations in material density, compositional fluctuations, structural inhomogeneous, like that. So in the scattering loss, scattering from the straight line which is to be deviated from the straight line, maybe it is a linear scattering or non-linear scattering. So this linear scattering, different types: relay scattering, mass scattering, and waveguide. Non-linear will also be like this. So in linear, here linearly the radiation of light is propagated, core and cladding material will be affected, the density of fluctuations will be produced. So which is to be relay scattering, due to the material which are used in the glass type material like SiO2, P2O5 compositions, these fluctuations will be produced, that is considered as relay scattering loss. So here this figure shows that this will be in the horizontal core material, that radiation of light will be propagated, which will be scattered. Okay, my scattering, these losses results from the compositional fluctuations, structural homogeneities, and defects are created during the fiber fabrications. So which are caused by the light which is to be scattered outside of the fiber. And the waveguide, it is a result of variation in the core diameter and imperfection of the core and cladding interface, which is due to this condition, and refractive index changes are also produced the waveguide scattering only. So non-linear scattering, SBS, stimulated Brolini scattering, and stimulated Raman scattering. Here we have considered the PB as a power, the thermal molecular variations, that PB is equals to 4.4 into 10 power minus 3 d square lambda square alpha. And whereas in SRS, stimulated Raman scattering, similarly it is SBS except the high frequency of optical photon rather than the acoustic phenomena is generated in scattering losses, that PB is equals to 5.9 into 10 power minus 2 d square lambda alpha. Okay, so those things which are to be considered, either bubbles are produced, absorption is produces at scattering will be giving, and irregularity and micro bending is to be considered. By considering these all, different type of losses will be produced. So those loss will be considered as fiber optic losses. Okay, and sometimes the reflection of radiation light will be giving a different type of loss due to angular misalignment, axial misalignment, end separation, and surface finish. So these are the different type of fiber optic losses. Okay, students. Students, am I audible? All are in the
Yes.
class or not? అందరూ ఉన్నారా క్లాస్ లో? Only 19.
Yes, sir.
Only 19 members are attended today. 19. Do you follow the lesson? Do you follow the sequence from the previous class and today's class? Have you followed this? Yes or no? Nobody responded. Do you follow or not?
Yes, sir.
Only Srilekha,
Yes, sir.
you given answer. Remaining rest of the people are not responding. At least these people are attending or enter into the class and then leave the device. Please respond by the roll number 27. Roll number 27. Are you in the class? 27. $34.
Sir,
34. Are you in the class, Vikram?
yes, sir.
27. 18891A, roll number 4, 18 batch, roll number 4. Srilekha as usual. Rishika,
Yes, sir.
Vaishnavi,
Yes,
Vaishnavi,
sir.
are you in the class?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Have you
sir.
listened? Have you seen this PPT?
Yes, sir.
Manasa,
Yes, sir.
Sai, roll number 17. So those who are not responding, we will consider as absent. Okay, the people are very clever and they are registered and they are doing their own works. Chit chatting. Bhavana, are you in the
Yes, sir.
class? Yamini,
Yes, sir.
Shiva, Iswara Prasad,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ramya,
Yes, sir.
Ramya,
Yes, sir.
Murali,
Yes, sir.
19 batch, roll number 8.
Yes, sir.
Who is 8? Everybody should registered with roll number as well as your name only. Okay. If
Okay.
the people are not registered like that, they will be eliminated from the class. And people are very clever. Without name or without number, somebody enter into the class, those will not be allowed. Okay, is it clear?
Okay, sir.
Is it clear today? Today class is clear or not? Any doubts? Anybody?
Clear, sir.
Yeah. Any doubts regarding this? Here today class only dispersion and as well as different type of fiber optic losses. Am I right? Dispersion and fiber optic losses. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Fiber optic losses cheppandi. What are the fiber optic losses? As absorption losses.
Attenuation loss.
Attenuation, scattering, ఇంకా bending losses. Antena? Other than that, dispersion type of losses also. So what are the types in the dispersion? What are the types in the dispersion? What are the types in the dispersion? Intermodal dispersion and intramodal dispersion. Am I right? Intermodal or intramodal dispersion, right? Sorry, nobody responding. Dispersion will be classified into two types, intermodal or intramodal, right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, in optical cable, the number of waves are passing through the cable and the pulse will be broadening, which is interfere with each other. What is that interference of the two symbols of pulses will be combined with each other? What is that factor? Anybody? Anybody? That is simply we can call as inter-symbol interference. That is to be analyzed with intra-dispersion or intermodal dispersion. Okay, clear or not? Is it clear or not?
Yes.
Okay, then scattering loss. What is scattering basically? Which is the straight line of path light propagation will be split into another directions. So those things, those scattering will be classified into linear scattering and non-linear scattering. Give the example of linear scattering. Give the example of linear scattering. Relay scattering, Mie scattering, any more? Relay scattering, Mie scattering,
Waveguide scattering.
waveguide scattering, right? Then non-linear will be two types as SBS and SRS, right? Raman scattering and stimulated Broglie scattering. Okay, whereas we can we can have the power analysis as 4.4 into 10 square d square lambda square alpha, as PB is equals to 5.9 10 square d square lambda alpha. Okay, so those are the different types. What is the formula for the attenuation? What is the formula for the attenuation?
N log base 10 pi by p naught.
Yeah, output power to the input power to the log base 10. So here this formula is also used in the absorption analysis, that absorption A is equals to log to the base reciprocal of the transmittance we have considered. Absorption and transmission will also be considered from the Beers-Lambert's law, which is also taking an account of quantum theory, those things which are moving from ground level to higher energy level, while it will returns to that valence band to the ground level, which can emit the energy, that E is equals to h mu. We can take that Einstein's formula E is equal to mc square, as well as here we can take that quantum theory. Those things, those parameters, we need to E is equal to h mu. H is the Planck's constant, mu will be absorbed frequency across that. Okay, so from that we have to analyze the spectrum also, different type of wavelength, UV light, IR light, infrared, near infrared, far infrared lights are also analyzed there. In this, one of the important factor, while the radiation of light are propagate through the optical fiber, that is attenuation is one of the important factor. That optical power to the input power, optical output power to the input power in the fiber length, it is alpha is equals to log to the base 10 pi by p naught. In terms of decibels, we can analyze this. Absorption, scattering, dispersion, bending loss. You can remember, you can draw the a simple analysis for that. It is also fiber optic losses are also important in view of final examination. Right? Any more differences or any discussion about today's class? Tell me. So those things, these all are fundamentals for the optical communication. Okay, once you may perfect in this, then automatically we will go for the next two topics very easily. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell me today's class and yesterday's class, any difficulties or any differences you discuss with me? Yes. Then absorption losses, due to which case which is to be considered? There is two types of absorption losses. That absorption is possible by atomic defects or in the fiber, as well as intrinsic and extrinsic absorption. Okay, intrinsic absorption will be coming from the basic atoms variations, and extrinsic absorption will be coming impurity of atoms in the fiber. So those will give the different of output signal. Okay. Yesterday class we have seen the numerical aperture also, right? Numerical aperture discuss చేసామమ్మా. Numerical aperture discuss చేసామా లేదా? What is numerical aperture? What is numerical aperture? Numerical aperture is light ability to have the light ability to the optical fiber. Okay, so that is called as numerical aperture. That numerical aperture is considered from the Snell's law, that n sin theta 1 is equals to sin theta 2, n sin theta n2 sin theta 2. Okay, so those total internal reflection is also depends on acceptance angle, critical angle, as well as acceptance angle, critical angle, other than that incident angle. Okay, so these are the fundamentals of this optical fiber. Then we will see different variations in optical fiber. those losses are also covered, and those dispersion variations are also covered. And we have only in the first chapter as advantages and disadvantages are also already covered. Okay, with this we can conclude the advantages and disadvantages of optical fibers also in the last class. Okay, now we completed first chapter, then we will start a second chapter as optoelectronic components, light optical sources, LED, LD, laser diode, optical detectors, pin diode, avalanche photodiode, electro-optic and magneto-optic, acousto-optic modulators. So those things we will see in the second chapter also. Okay, you have to refer the first chapter. By the first chapter you read thoroughly. Then next I will give the first chapter questions. Okay, then we will discuss more. Okay. Okay, today's class is over. Thank you.